an individual that has traveled here from the Pacific Northwest. So he's a guest speaker. He's not from this region, but he's doing a big job and has some offices in this region. So we invited him down to speak. Shadell's a guy that originally, from the Costco program standpoint, started in Modesto, California. He consistently, out of 4 Costcos, was doing 80 plus applications a week. He had 20 app averages in Modesto. Once the Pacific Northwest expansion took place, he made a decision to get out of his comfort zone, because, to be quite honest with you, Shadell in Modesto, he was probably hanging out, on the beach half the day, and they were still kicking ass because it had become so simple for Shadell. I'm just kidding, he wasn't really at the beach. But the bottom line was that he had gotten really comfortable with what he was doing. And it was just too easy at that point. He's making money hand over fist, bought himself a new car, right? Things are going well, getting the situation promoted. So we got the green light to go to the Pac Northwest, and Shadell said, you know what, we're going to take a crew of people, and we're going to go staff 7 Costcos with our team of people. And you guys know Costco's, it's not really 7 stores, it's more like 14 stores. Because you got staff open and close, right? The maintenance of staffing, so it's a big responsibility, and he continues to knock it out of the park. And again, he's right there, number 1, number 2 top Costco owners right now in the entire program. Shadell, actually, he just told me in the back, he just got to the $60,000 marker saved, and he's got 11 outside deals in his organization. He's going to come up here, guys. He's going to talk to you guys about the importance of road trips. Let's give it up, guys, for Shadell Waits.
I'll show you guys how you do it. Hey, guys!
Hey, what?
Hey, guys!
Hey, what?
Hey, guys!
Hey, what?
Who are we? One more time. Who are we? DTV. Get excited. Get excited. Who are we? DTV. Ready? One more time. Who are we? DTV. Here we go. Love it. Give it up, guys.
Everybody's screwing out different things.
Risky right here. I've never tried this before, so let's try it. Everybody stand up. Do me a favor real quick. Stand up. Alright. Let's go, guys. Look alive. Look alive. Let's go. Alright. Do me a favor. Take a seat. If you ever went to school and took a class on how not to lose your attitude. What do you see? Awesome. Perfect. Alright. Take a seat. If you went to school and learn how to sell direct TV, represent Fortune 100 clients and MSOs. Alright, nobody? Cool, cool, cool. Alright, take a seat if you've ever been on a road trip before. Cool. Don't lie, guys. Don't lie. Alright, perfect. And then everyone else can sit if you're here for an opportunity. That's really nice, right, guys? Alright, guys, so first and foremost, thank you guys for having me down in SoCal. Today we're going to be speaking about road trips, alright? And one of the cool things when we talk about road trips is this, about a year ago, this wasn't even a topic in our program. This wasn't even something that was a requirement for you to get management, for you to be an assistant manager in the office, for the opportunity. Today, it's definitely something that we need. We got to make sure you're battle tested. Because what are we doing this 2015? What's the message? We're what? Raising the bar, right? Does that make sense? So for me, guys, I've been on a road trip for the past 4 years. I'm originally from Jamaica. I'm not from here. So this is my ultimate road trip. But I got to let you guys understand one thing. Success doesn't just come and find you. You have to go out and get it. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to spend about 10, 15 minutes talking about road trips and why is it important. Alright? So first things first, we got to understand what are the different types of road trips that are available for you in this opportunity, in this program, what we're doing, right? So there's 3 basic type of road trips, and the first one is a top office road trip. Now for me, or for any one of you guys who are here for an opportunity, I want you to hear me out. The top office road trip is your opportunity to go out there, copy, cheat, and steal information from the top guys. Doesn't necessarily mean your owner has to tell you to go on this top office road trip. It's something you should make a point to do for your own development, for your own self. So I can only talk about what I've done before. So for me, when I was a rep, and has any rep or leader ever hit that wall before? How do you think you get over it? By networking, right? But what's better than picking up a phone and going face to face and seeing what's working in another office? Right? What's even better is, are you that guy, that gal that's going to come back to your office and build everyone in there and teach everyone what you learned on that road trip? And what do you think your owner's going to say? Terrible job, you suck. You're going to be seen differently, right? You're moving the needle, you're raising the bar. Your teammates are going to want to do the same thing. That 3-month development guy, that's what you will become, right? The second type of road trip we want to talk about is raising the bar in a market where they're facing some challenges, right? Are you that guy or that gal that can travel to an area where they're facing, quote unquote, slow traffic sales, right? Can you go out there and be that humble person that impacts an entire office and changes the entire region? And you that guy or gal that goes and show them trust in the system, right? And then the other type of road trip, which is the last one we want to talk about, is for me, this is a huge requirement for any guy or gal that I'm going to promote in my office. It's a team road trip. Can you take the crew that you develop, go out there and produce numbers, change your area? For me, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest lines I remember in my career when I started 4 years ago in Ohio is my owner said to me, "Hey, Shadell, I should be able to drop you in the middle of the jungle and you sign up Gorillas for DirecTV." It's the same system. And it stuck with me today. That's why, about, I don't remember how long ago, but when the Northeast opened up, Flowsome, myself, and another crew of guys, we went out there. And they were struggling, and I said, it doesn't matter to me. Put me anywhere, I can make it happen. Right? So these are the different types of road trips. I want to talk about what does it mean for you to take on one of these opportunities. Right? Let me ask you guys a quick question. Just shout it out. What's your favorite brand of soda? Whatever it is, just shout it out. Pepsi, Coke, Sprite, Dr. Pepper. Eddie said diet soda.
Diet soda.
But guys, it doesn't matter, because guess what? When you do a road trip, you're creating your own brand. You're creating who you are as a leader. And guess what? How many leaders are in this room right now? Take a guess. 300? 350? Right? How many leaders are in the entire program? You got to do something to stand out. So if you're taking on one of these road trips, and you're that guy or that gal that's moving the needle, changing the region, raising the bar, every road trip is overseen by Zach, Dwayne, my team, your owner. Your opportunity is being blown up. You're creating your brand, right? Not only that, you're learning self-management, how to be confident no matter where you are in the program. That you have faith and belief in the system that we follow, right? One of the biggest things, guys, is building your resume about who you are, what you can do. So every road trip opportunity is that opportunity for you to take one step closer to make it to management. What another thing is, when it comes to your resume, is, all right, now it's time to promote Jacob. Is there a Jacob in this room by chance? This is a lucky guess. All right, perfect. Now it's time to promote Jacob. Let's see. Jacob has a crew of 2 people. He has a good 25 installs 2 weeks in a row. And how many road trips has Jacob been on? That's just adding to your resume. Makes promoting you way easier, right? But on the flip side of things, you got to look at it from a manager's standpoint. So what do, guys? We don't sell DirecTV. We invest in people. Bill Bishop says we're venture capitalists. We acquire talent, we acquire, retain, then we develop talent. That's what we do here in this room. And all you guys are talented people. And our job is to develop you as much as we can and then invest in you. It's a risk. Does anybody know any investment that's not a risk? Anyone? Exactly my point. So for us to take this risk on you, we got to make sure you're battle tested, right? One of the things we got to do is we got to test drive you a little bit, all right? For me, my biggest things is I love cars. I love buying cars. I have a problem. I'm addicted to it, right? For me, when I go to a car lot and the guy's talking to me about how much this car is better than that brand, and that brand sucks, that brand's terrible, blah, 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 buy this Audi because it's the best, whatever. But I go to the Mercedes parking lot and he's like, hey, let's drive it. Tell me what you think. And I'm like, how do you feel about BMW? They're amazing. I'm like, how do you feel about, the Audi? You're pretty cool too. But tell me what you think about my Mercedes. Let's drive it. Right? So the reason I went with the Mercedes is because the guy didn't have to bash anything. He didn't have to bash any other product. He actually upsold the other cars. But he told me to drive his car and then invest in it. Invest into it. And it's just like you guys taking on the road trips. We got to see how well you can do on the road. We got to see how well you deal with showing up to a different city and you don't have enough money in your bank account to put a deposit down for a rental car. We got to see how well you freak out and handle that situation. We got to see how well you deal with the negatives. And life is like what we do, guys, is like taking photographs back in the past. How well you develop from the negatives. We want to see what's going to happen when you go to a different city and you have to adapt to, let's say you're coming from a very country environment and you're going into an urban environment. We want to test your adaptability. How well can you know how to pitch people faster, pitch people slower, and figure things out? Right? Are you a solution-oriented individual? That's what we want to find out. Are you going to call me and say, oh, Shadell, I forgot my shoes. I can't work today. I don't have enough money to buy shoes. What am I going to do on this road trip? That just shows me that you're a person I can't invest in. Versus getting a call from, hey, Shadell, I forgot my shoes. Well, what we're going to do is, can you put $20 in this bank account so I can go and get the shoes and then we can get everything figured out and go to the stores? Does that sound okay? Which one sounds better? A or B? B. Sounds good. Now, what we're doing, guys, from a company perspective, when we tell you to go on a road trip, or we tell you to ask to be on a road trip, right? We're weighing the risk versus the reward. So, you gotta have that mentality. The mentality of you're an investment and we can trust you to take on any opportunity that's available out there. Are you that guy or gal in LA or San Diego that can go to Minnesota where it's cold and freezing and make it happen? Doesn't matter where you are. No, doesn't matter where you go. You can make it happen. Right? And last but not least, a road trip is your opportunity to test drive what it takes to be an owner. What it takes to be a manager in a company. Right? I asked you guys earlier, did anybody go to school to sell DirecTV? Everyone said no. So that's the opportunity right now for you guys to learn what it takes to be in our position, to be in Billy's position, to be in Eddie's or Matt's position. Do you have what it takes? Are you ready to be an owner? And a road trip is going to help you find that out. Right? On a road trip, and you're the You should be the top leader fighting to be in charge of that road trip, especially if you're taking out a team or crew of people, right? Can you manage setting goals and expectations on the road trip? Can you manage making sure that that store is scheduled properly to be staffed even while you're on the road trip? Can you manage that you're networking with other local offices when you're out there on your road trip? More importantly, can you manage compliance? Because that's what's going to keep the program growing. Especially in Costco or any other retailers, right? We can't show up to these stores without a name badge. Or you're that solution-oriented individual that's going to call and pick up the phone and say, hey, Shadell, I forgot my name badge. Why don't you send me the template so I can go to Staples and print it off so we can be compliantly staffed in the store? Juice? Juice. Are you going to be that guy or gal that's managing the profit? Not just taking on this road trip just to say you did it, but going out to make sure you're making a lot of money, moving the needle, getting your opportunity. I can tell you guys this. If you don't know my story, Costco was a road trip for me. I didn't join the Costco program. I was sent out here to be out here for a month to help grow it. And it became an opportunity for me. Costco was a road trip for Flowsome. Any of you guys know Flowsome Smith?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. That was a road trip for Flo. He was super skeptical about coming to that market, coming to see me and hang out with me. I had to buy a plane ticket for him to come out and hang out with me. And even then, after I bought a plane ticket, he thought about it twice. Right? So, a road trip can also be an opportunity for you to become an owner. Especially if you go out there and you perform pretty well. So let me close by saying this. Road trips are a huge part of the business. And as future owners in our opportunity, you need to make sure you're asking your owners how to be a part of the next road trip. How to be the next leader that's being sent out. What areas are struggling where you can take your team and see if you can do what? Say it with me, guys. See if you can do what?
Elevate. Raise the bar.
All right, guys. That's all I have for road trip.